What's going on YouTube? Bloodspawn is back. This is my Monster-Mania 30 recap video. Monster-Mania Horror Convention up in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, which I go to all the time. This one was pretty awesome in comparison to some of the other ones. There were some things that I didn't like, but mostly all positive. So we'll get into it and we'll talk about celebrities I met, what I got them to sign, some pictures with them, autographs I got, things like that. So I went all 3 days. It started on Friday the 13th and went to Sunday the 15th. Was there all 3 days at the hotel, right at the hotel that the convention takes place at. Amazing hotel. It's always good. The only bad thing is the second time in a row they've messed up my booking the hotel, where I could only get the first night and then I had to come back down the next morning and pay for the second night. I don't know why that is, but second time that's happened, so hopefully I won't have that happen in the future. But I also picked up my wristband. This time was a VIP. I got the VIP, and this time they did it, and I really like this way. I was kind of skeptical about it first, but instead of having like a certain person's VIP, like Tobin Bell or Adam West or Robert Englund, or like a main headliner person, you just buy the VIP, and then you get to skip one person's line, whoever your top person is. So it's pretty cool. I can see how I can, not everybody's a Saul fan, so they might not want to meet Tobin Bell or spend the line skip on Tobin Bell, but they might want to meet Robert Patrick or Ric Flair or somebody like that that's got a long line, so they can skip whoever they want. So it was pretty awesome. Plus you get all the perks, which I used, I think, every one I could possibly use. You get a free t-shirt, which I'm wearing right now. Monster-Mania 30. It's got the Saul Clown and Twisty from American Horror Story on the back. It's got like Monster-Mania 30, and it's got all the people that attended, celebrity wise. Then you get a printed out, it's real nice, I don't know if you can hear that, but it's cardboard, 11 by 17 poster from the show with the artwork. They usually try to do different artwork on the poster than they do on the shirt. And then I grabbed my little pamphlet, my keepsake. It goes in my convention binder with all my photos. It's got the itinerary, all the guests that are coming and everything. And then on the back, there's a little sneak peek of 31, which is July 31st, August 2nd. And I believe that's a screen mask, so I'm not sure what they're doing there. But that's pretty awesome. Looking forward to that convention. But so first up, we all gathered, all the VIPs, and basically explained how it was going to work. Handed out the t-shirts and the posters and stuff, and basically started lining up to go actually meet, or get in line to meet whoever you were using your line skip on, if you were doing so at that time, which I did, which was pretty awesome. So you get to hear like everything's going on beforehand, and then probably by 4:30, quarter to 5, probably about 4:30, we're already standing like at the table where Tobin Bell's going to be. And it was so quick, and I got in line. I think I was like the 10th person in line. So instead of maybe spending 2 or 3 hours in a line trying to meet the guy, I met him within like 20 minutes. So Tobin Bell is the first celebrity that I met. I was 10th in line. I brought my girlfriend with me. It was her first convention at the time, and she was so nervous in line. This is her first convention, first celebrity she's ever met. She had butterflies literally the night before. And now first celebrity is Tobin Bell, a huge headliner. So she actually went before me, and was pretty funny. End result was her and Tobin Bell had a conversation about curly hair, and I'm like standing back going on like, what the hell are they talking about? And I can see Tobin going like this, like, and she had her hair all done up and all curly and stuff, and you could just see him like, and I was like, are they really talking about, you got Jigsaw in front of you and you're talking about hair? That's pretty cool. So I got to meet him. The only downfall was he wasn't doing quotes, and he was a little pricey. I kind of figured he would be, and he was charging for a photo with, but no big deal, it's Tobin Bell. But I was really disappointed with him not signing quotes. You guys know I like to pick out like my favorite quote or funny quote or something like that, and being that I was getting 4 people from the Saw movies all in my post at the same time, and everyone else signed quotes, and for him not to, it was a little bit of a letdown. But come to find out, I got a little something. So was pretty awesome. The pic, my buddy Boss Hog Jeremy sent me a poster to get Tobin Bell and Costas Mandylor on, and it was just like a special moment in the movie, and he had quotes and stuff picked out. So same downfall, did not sign the quote, but he was so blown away by this picture that Tobin Bell literally like, pulled out his own cell phone and like took a picture of the poster after he signed it. So I thought that was pretty cool for Jeremy. I wish I could take credit for the poster, but all I did was print it for him, so he picked it out. Better story for that with Costas, which will be next. And then also when it came time for my poster, he pulled it out, and then I didn't even notice it at first, but I was wearing my Cowboys Dez Bryant jersey, and he signed my poster like, you know, for David, number 88, all the best or something like that, Tobin Bell, or maybe it was just Tobin Bell and then Jigsaw. So I did get a character inscription and a number 88, which is pretty cool because that's the jersey I was wearing. So he also talked to my son a little bit, which was pretty awesome as we were walking away. You know, he's like, "How old are you?" And you know, "What grade are you in?" And stuff like that. And it was a pretty cool moment for him. So Tobin Bell experience was thumbs up. A little pricey, no quotes, but I mean it's Jigsaw, man. What can you do? So this is going to be pretty much the basis for all these people. I'm going to show the pictures in the same kind of order, but here's a picture with me and Tobin Bell. Son with him. Actually got a picture of him signing Jeremy's poster, so here that is. Picture of my Saul poster. And a zoomed in picture of Tobin's autograph on that poster. Okay, so next up, again, really quick getting him. It was so fast that general admission non-VIPs don't even get in until 5 o'clock. It was so fast meeting Tobin Bell that I was done with him and in Costas's line, or 3 people standing in front of his table before general admission was even let in to the autograph area. So it was pretty cool to be able to knock these guys out as fast as I did. I mean, I knocked 3 of the 4 Saw people out in less than an hour, so it was pretty awesome. But same thing with Costas. Really, really nice guy. Really funny. With so many funny moments. I can't even tell you about all of them. But he, again, was blown away by Jeremy's poster. He brought his cell phone out. Talked about that moment and shooting the scene and stuff. Good memories, good memories. That's all he kept saying. Like, man, that's such good memories. And then he, like, pretty much, like, said, "Yo, can you please find out where this guy got this picture from, because I've never seen it before, I've never signed it before." So I told him I would and everything, and I finished with him. There was a lot of joking around about Cowboys and Eagles. I'm a Cowboys fan, wearing my Dez Bryant. Costas is an Eagles fan. My son was wearing his Eagles hat because he's an Eagles fan. There was a lot of back and forth between Costas, myself, and my son, so it was a pretty fun moment to be joking football with a celebrity like that. So again, so we go to take the picture and everything, and then we're going away. He's like, "Go Eagles," and stuff like that. Like, still, my moment with him is done, and he's still joking with us as we're like 10 steps away. So it's pretty awesome. But here's a picture with me and Costas, and my son with him. And this is a epic picture, man. I'm so glad this turned out the way it did for Jeremy and myself, because I'm keeping the picture as well. But this is a picture of Costas holding up that picture with both Tobin and Costas' autograph, and they were both so blown away by it. So here's him holding that picture up. And back to my Saul poster, and zoomed in on Costas' autograph. So right next to that, they had them all kind of sectioned off, and the same would be Betsy Russell, played Jigsaw's wife in several of the Saw movies. Really, really nice looking, and really kind of quiet, doesn't really talk. You talk to her, she'll talk back. There's a big, huge thing going around that she's like a complete bitch and stuff. I really didn't get that. Nothing really, crazy stories or anything like that to say, but definitely was not. She introduced herself to everyone, was smiling, laughing, so I would give her a thumbs up. I definitely don't see her the bitch, but you can catch any celebrity on a bad day. But here's a picture with me and her, my son and her, my Saul poster, Betsy's autograph on the poster. So the next Saw person was right beside Betsy, but she was not at her table. That's Dina Meyer. She played Agent Carey, or Detective Carey, in like the first 3 or 4 Saw movies. I think it was 4. She was not there. Found out later, evidently it was a big, huge thing with plane, and Obama was on a plane and got a lot of flights delayed. Dina Meyer, Robert Patrick, the girl from The Ring, missed her flight, never even showed up the whole weekend. So we took like a small break because I was pretty much done with the Saw poster. I didn't think Dina would make it back or make it out to autograph anything until Saturday. So took a little break, talked to Jeremy through text message, found out where I got the picture, and went directly right back to Costas. He was like pointing at me as I was back in line. He knew it was coming. So I went up to him and had everything laid out on the cell phone. I showed him exactly how to find it on a cell phone. And I also had written out on an index card directions on how to find that picture. He was so grateful for it. And then again, started cracking Eagles jokes as we're walking away. So another Costas, just funny guy. So we pretty much, the picture when it was done with, Jeremy's picture, I'll show you a zoomed in picture of that now. Alright, so after that little quick thing, we went over to William Sanderson, who I believe might have had a person when I was walking over there, but I pretty much walked right up to him. He played the Sheriff Dearborn, I believe it was, on True Blood. Been in a lot of other stuff, but I definitely had to get him on my True Blood poster. He was a very, very cool guy, really, really humble, cracked several jokes, just all around nice guy. He was willing to sign. This one was a Robert Romero sent me a poster to get signed by him. It was a Deadwood poster, and he was really questionable about the quote. I don't remember the beginning part of it, but it pretty much said like cunt lickers and cocksuckers or something like that. So he was really skeptical, like I don't know if he'll sign it, but you know, like dude was like, oh sure man, like no problem. Thought it was funny. It was pretty cool. So that, you know, again, some people were dicks about, you know, not wanting to sign lines that they said. Like, if you said it in the movie, you said it, so sign it. And then same thing with him as we're walking away. He stopped my son, like, you know, asked him what grade he was in. And he made another joke about, like, you know, make sure you did good in school because, like, I see how big your dad is, so you want to kind of do good because he'll rough you up. So I thought that was pretty cool and funny. But here's a picture with me and William. And a picture of him signing Rob's poster. And Rob's actual poster after it was signed. And a zoomed in of his autograph on that poster. Next one is a picture of him signing my True Blood poster. My True Blood poster in whole. And William's autograph on that poster. Alright, next up we hit Lynn Shay. Legend, man. I'm so happy to finally meet her. Insidious movies. There's something about Mary, Dumb and Dumber, Nightmare on Elm Street, just countless other movies. She was really amazing, really funny. I had a little conversation with her about Insidious 3. I told her, I was like, man, I saw the trailer, it looks so crazy. And she's like, stop signing my poster. It was like, oh my god, like, it's so amazing. I'm so excited for it. And there's a picture with me and her, like, eyeball to eyeball. As you can tell, she was signing my poster and stopped and, like, started talking to me. And that was that moment, was her talking about Insidious 3. So I'm really looking forward to seeing her in that one. But here's a picture. My picture didn't come out too well. Really disappointed with it. But here's a picture with me and Lynn. And my son with her. Here's the picture of the eye contact, or as I call it, but she was signing my poster and then looked up to talk to me about Insidious 3. Another version of her signing my poster. My Insidious poster. And her autograph on it. Okay, next up was probably my second biggest, or second most anticipated, other than Tobin Bell, which was PJ Souls. Some people won't even know who she is, but I've been wanting to meet her ever since I started going to cons. Was in the original Halloween, the original Carrie, was in Devil's Rejects. Just really, really awesome, and I've heard so many great things about her. I just had to meet her, and they were all true, man. She's really amazing, funny, nice, humble. any word it means, just good person is her. She was so nice. Like, she took, like, I don't know, maybe 5 pictures with me. Like, you know, she's like, oh, you know, let me see it. Oh, the lighting's wrong. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. And, like, try to get in better lighting. And then we figured out I'm so much taller and bigger than she is. We had to switch because the lamp or the chandelier was on my side. So we switched and tried it that way. And then she took a picture with my son. And then my girlfriend wasn't even meeting her. And she's like, oh, you want one? You want one? Come on, come on, come on. Get over here. Get over here. Take one with me. She was just amazing. She also liked my Carrie quote. Not, I guess, you know, these people probably have something that they sign all the time. So it's pretty rare, or it's pretty amazing when they see somebody like took the time, like I do, and go through all the quotes and pick one. And the one that I picked is not something she signs a lot of. So that was pretty cool. And then when it was all done with the pictures and stuff, she gave me a big, huge hug and told me, you know, was it worth it? Because I said I've been waiting 4 years for this. So anyway, here's a picture of me and PJ. My son with her, my Carrie poster, and the zoomed in on her autograph, Halloween poster, and her autograph on that. Okay, next one I've met several times, and my son has met, I think, at least twice. I think I've met him 3 times. Bill Mosley, Devil's Rejects, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, 2001 Maniacs, bunch of stuff. He's always a pleasure to meet, but I was paid, or not paid, but I was getting his autograph for Jeremy Daniels, and since I've already met him so many times, and my girlfriend's met him, or my son's met him, I let my girlfriend take the picture with him, so I don't have any pictures with Bill to show you guys, but he talked to her. I told him, you know, it was her first convention. She was really nervous meeting people and stuff, and you know, he was so nice and was like, you know, we're just normal people just like you, and had like kind of that talk with her, which seemed to like, you know, chill her out after that. She was, you know, like a professional going around like nothing at all, like, hey, so-and-so, like, so it was pretty cool of him to do that. But here is Jeremy's poster that he had, that he sent me to get signed, and Bill's quote and autograph on the poster. Next up, Naomi Grossman plays Pepper in, I think, all 3 or 4 of the American Horror Stories. I've never really watched them, but she's been a recurring role of Pepper. She was really, really nice. She loved the poster that I picked out and the quote that I had her sign. And then she started to sign it. And when I seen her, like, going big and like, you know, a quarter of my posters now, and she's not even done the quote, I was like, my eyes probably were like this, like, oh my God, she's going to take up the whole poster. And she signed the quote, her autograph, and then went down to like the bottom half of it and started writing like these crazy things. And I couldn't figure out what it was. It was like a, you know, backwards E and stuff. And like, it was all like one here, and then down here was the second letter, and then over up here was the third letter. And she wrote it all like kind of crazy, but it was Pepper, you know, as Pepper would sign it probably. And then as soon as she finished, she was like, oh my God, I just realized that you probably want to get everyone else on this poster, and I just took the whole damn thing for me. And like I said, when she was doing it, I was like, oh no, but it was too late, but it was so awesome. But then, yeah, after she apologized 2 or 3 times about it. I was like, no, don't worry. I was like, they'll fit. I'll make them fit. Don't worry about that. I'll get them in there. And sure enough, I told her, I was like, I'm going to bring it back to you. So when I finished everyone, I took it back and was like, held it out. I was like, see, I told you I'd fit them on there. And she was like, oh my God. She's like, did you blame me? And I was like, oh yeah. I was like, everyone I went to, I was like, Pepper kind of went crazy with my poster. And she's like, you know us crazy people. And it was a really cool moment. But picture with me and Naomi. And the poster in whole. And as you can see, the whole like upper left corner down towards the middle is just her. Actual zoomed in on her autograph. Alright, so the next American Horror Story freak show person I went to was Rose Siggins. She plays the legless lady in the show, which she is legless in real life, which was amazing to meet. She was so nice, like probably one of my favorite ones from the weekend, just because she was just so, it was just like I was talking to an aunt or something like that. It was just no celebrity whatsoever. Just Really nice. And she saw the quote that I had Pepper signed, and she told me a little story, which that quote, it's Pepper's quote, Naomi's quote, but that was her quote when she went and auditioned. It was a line that they gave her to say or do and perform or whatever to decide whether or not she was getting the role or not. So that was pretty cool. She also had her little daughter, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years old, 8 maybe, was sitting there with her. And I also know she has a son, like a big, tall, pretty big dude. He's 16, and my son was right there with me, so I was like, this is my 14-year-old, and it was pretty cool, parent-to-parent little moment we had, but just knowing that, this lady who had, like, basically her lower half, her upper legs both cut off when she was, like, 2 years old, has 2 kids, like, that's a miracle in itself. But here's a picture with me and her. Back to the poster. Her autograph on the poster. Next up, Erica Irving, who plays Amazon Eve in American Horror Story Freak Show. She's really, really nice. Took the time to, like, literally introduce and, like, reach out her hand and shook my hand, my son's hand, my girlfriend's hand. Took the time to introduce to everyone, and you are. And she was really, really nice. Signed my quote, even, like, said the line as, like, she said it on the show. So that was pretty cool. And then when it came time to take the picture with her, she, like, I just took the normal, stood next to her, and I went, like, she's like, I don't know, I'm 6'1", and she was 2 or 3 feet taller than me. I just stood next like I normally do, and then she was like, oh, maybe we should try this, and I won't spoil it, but here's the picture with me and her. The American Horror Story poster, and her autograph on it. Last up in the American Horror Story, people, was a tough decision for me. I like my autographs. You guys know I love collecting autographs and stuff, but when I go to these conventions, the picture with them is literally like on an equal playing field, man. It means so much to me. And John has been in a lot of stuff. Not going to diminish or talk about his career. Been in a lot of stuff. But he was charging $40 for his autograph. No big deal. Everyone, the other American Horror Stories were also, but they were doing pictures with that. But John decided he was going to charge $40 for his autograph and $40 to take a picture with him. And over several minutes of deciding, I can't not get him on this poster now. But I had a second item for him to sign, which was Bubble Boy. He played Bubble Boy's father in that movie, and I decided that no, I'm not gonna get two. So I did pay the $80 to meet him, get his autograph, and take a picture with him, which hurt me enough, but I did it. But he was really, nice guy and everything. We talked for, 5 minutes about Eagles and, no, not Eagles, Cowboys and what they did and what was going on in free agency so far. And, as I walked away, he's like, hey, good luck this season. Just don't beat the Bears and stuff like that. So it was pretty cool, a little conversation with him. Just the fee was a little bit high for me. But here's a picture with me and John Carroll Lynch, the American Horror Story Freak Show poster again, and his autograph on it. And luckily he signed it. I didn't even give him the card with it, but he signed it exactly how I wanted. He played Toasty the Clown and says, I am a nice clown, so that was pretty cool. Alright, another quick one is Kyra Shon. I don't know how to really pronounce it. S-C-H-O-N. She played the little girl in the original Night of the Living Dead. Had that poster lying around for a while, so I decided to get my first autograph on it. The great thing was she was like really cheap, like $20 in autograph, photo, everything. The bad thing was she was really quiet, didn't really talk at all towards her. She signed it the way I wanted and everything, so in all, I'm happy. It was a pleasure to meet her. Night of the Living Dead, not too many of those people still up and walking, so it was pretty cool to meet her. But here's a picture with me and Kyra. My poster. And her autograph on the poster. Another quick one, Claudia Wells. She played Michael J. Fox's girlfriend in Back to the Future. I had that poster lying around for a little bit ever since I got pissed off that Christopher Lloyd was charging when he was charging, so no signatures on it, so I decided to finally get one. She was really, really nice, really friendly, pretty decent looking still, surprisingly. And she really enjoyed the quote that I picked out. She was like, oh, you know, it was pretty cool. That she thought that was pretty awesome. And I explained, you know, I take the time to go through the movie and I literally write down every single quote that people say from the movie or whatever, and then I pick the one that I like or works, you know, with, you know, to David or David, blah blah blah. Some quotes don't work if you're trying to. I want my quotes to basically act like they're talking to me. So I picked out this one. Anyway, here's a picture with me and Claudia. My Back to the Future poster. And her autograph. Alright, so in the mix of all this that I've just talked about, I kept going over and looking. Nope, Dina's still not here. So after getting Claudia, we went back down to the tent room, and there she was. So jumped in that line real quick, which was pretty short. I've met Dina before. She's amazing, really, really funny, like cracks jokes. Really, really awesome. And again, it was the same thing. Really awesome to meet. She cracked some jokes. My son was laughing his ass off when they were taking her picture. It took him a couple minutes to stop laughing just so I could snap the picture. And when you see the picture, even then, he still kind of got like an over smile. But it was pretty cool. She said something like, I guess, you know, when it was time to, you know, for him to, you know, get close to her or something, she's like, is it okay if I put my armpit on you? And he kind of lost it. So here's a picture of me and her. And the picture with my son. Back to the Saw poster. And her autograph on it. Alright, so next up we hit Adam Green, which was amazing. Dude's a legend, man. Just so awesome to meet. Not charging anything for his autograph unless you pick something off his table. And if you picked like a, you know, poster like this size, it was like $5. T-shirts were like 20, Blu-rays, DVDs were 20. Just really awesome dude. Talked to him about Hatchet and stuff like that. But here's a picture with me and him, son and him. And he was signing for free. I did get 2 things from him. I didn't want to kind of push the bar, so here's my Frozen poster and his autograph on it. Also got the Holliston poster signed. And his zoomed in autograph on that. Next up, Robert Patrick, legend, amazing, nice guy, down to earth. Had to meet him. Little pricey. He was doing the same thing as John Carroll Lynch was. $40 for his autograph and another $40 for his picture. But it's Robert Patrick, man. T1000, gotta meet him. So he enjoyed the quote that I picked out. I got him on my True Blood poster. He enjoyed that. He remembered exactly where it was. You know, he was like, that was one of my first appearances on it. I said, yeah, it was during a flashback with young Alcide and stuff. And he talked to my son. Was pretty awesome guy, man. Here's a picture of me and my son and Robert. This one I didn't push it because he was charging and the agent was a little And so I was just like, you know, I'll just take one picture with both of us, and I'll photo crop it out for our separate binders. You know, I'll cut myself out of his and I'll cut him out of mine so we can still have our binders stay the same. So, but here's that picture. Also got Robert Patrick for Robert Romero, my buddy, on a Sons of Anarchy poster. Here is that him signing that poster. The actual Sons of Anarchy poster. His autograph on it. And here's a picture of him signing my True Blood poster. My True Blood poster. His autograph on it. Next up, Christopher McDonald. Really, really humble guy. Really funny. Got him on my Fanboys. He was pretty, I guess maybe he doesn't see Fanboy stuff too much. So much that he literally took the time to go on his cell phone and look up on IMDb what his character name was because I couldn't remember it. Usually I write it down on the index card with the quote and everything, but I didn't on this one. So he signed it exactly how I wanted with the quote and looked up. You know, it took him a couple seconds, couple minutes, whatever. So that's something he didn't have to do. He could have just left it, but he didn't. Took the time for it, so that was awesome. Here's a picture with me and him. My son with him. my fanboy's poster, his autograph on that poster. Judge Reinhold, he's been in Gremlins, Beverly Hills Cop, Fast Times at Richmond High, a bunch of stuff. Really awesome dude, really humble. Again, good experiences all the way around with all these people. He also, again, liked the quote that I picked out. I got him on my Gremlins thing, and that's it. Picture of me and him, my Gremlins poster, and his autograph. Okay, last celebrity. This guy I tried to meet several times on Saturday, maybe even Sunday. No. Friday his line was really, really long, so I said I'll go ahead and wait for him until Saturday. Saturday I tried twice, and both times the line wasn't that long, but we cut his line off. And then the next time it was, we cut his line off because he's got to go to a Q&A, and I was like, all right, I'm just going to push it to Sunday. And Sunday is kind of like it's a great day to get autographs because the crowds are less and less. But if they catch an early flight or they leave early or something, you miss out on them. So I never push people off till Sunday unless it's like in like this case where there was no other option, or it's like, if I don't get them, I really don't care. But if I got an extra little $20 laying around and they're still here right before I walk out and go home, I'll go get them. But this is Sean Cunningham. Friday the 13th basically belongs to him. It was his brainchild. He's done almost all of them. Freddy versus Jason as well. He really, really liked my poster because it had so many autographs on it. And the way, like, because he's a director and writer and producer and everything, like, I don't have anything. There's no quote there. So I just kind of leave it up to them, those guys. Whatever you want to sign, you can sign. And it was so awesome when he wrote, but we'll leave that one. And then also, same thing, when he went to take the photo with me, he's like, all right, we'll take one, like, real normal photo, and then we'll take one for fun. And I was like, okay, I've never had anyone do this before. I've had some fun pictures taken, like Kane choking me and stuff like that, but I've never had somebody be like, all right, we'll take one good one, so that way you have a good one, and then we'll joke around the other one. And I was sitting down, so I had no clue what he was going to do. So here is the first picture of me and him, which I guess is the normal one, and the second fun one. And I got a picture of him signing my Freddy vs. Jason poster. My Freddy vs. Jason poster in its glory. And zoomed in on his autograph. And that's it for all the celebrity meetings. A lot of good stuff. A lot of fun, man. That's my favorite days, Fridays, when you were just running around crazy, man. You don't eat dinner until 10, 11 at night. There was no stopping for drinks. Like, you get an autograph, you go to the next person. You get the autograph, you go to the next person until we're done. But Friday night, like I said, I was VIP. Used my line skip to get Tobin Bell. The perk for Friday night is there's a VIP party, which only us VIPs can get into, and they do cake cutting ceremonies. Usually they'll have 2 cakes, sometimes maybe only 1, but usually it's been 2 cakes. And like they'll do, like this one was American Horror Story, and they had all the American Horror Story celebs come in, do the cake cutting, free cake, free drinks, not open bar, cash bar, DJ, music, dancing, fun. And then the second cake was a Camp Crystal Lake or Friday the 13th cake. They had all them guys come in and cut that one, and different other celebrities are coming in and out. You can't get autographs. For all you IPers out there thinking, man, then you get your shot, get your free out. You can't do that, but you can take pictures with them if they're willing to. This one, I didn't hit anybody in the VIP party. I was just kind of a little bit captain in me, and just kind of chilled, danced a little bit. I've decided that I'm not going to show that video on here, but it is on my Facebook. If you're on my Facebook friend, there is a video of me dancing in the VIP, a little tipsy. So anyway, that was the VIP party. The next thing up, which would be Saturday, we hit up some Q&As, which that's pretty much what I try to do on Saturday. Friday is all about autographs. Saturday's chill, take breaks, go eat lunch, right in the middle of the con, eat lunch at the restaurant in the hotel, catch Q&As, go check out the vendor room, stuff like that. Just enjoy the con, and it's full, not just autographs. And like on Friday, I don't even go look at the vendor stuff. I just stay in the autograph area. So my son went to the Lin Shaye, is the only one that I really, really wanted to hit and miss. But he said it was really awesome. She was really funny, and she talked a lot about Insidious 3. So if you're an Insidious fan, man, you gotta watch 3 when it comes out, because this thing's it's gonna be epic, dude. The first one I went to, which was Christopher McDonald. The guy's awesome, man. He's so funny. Like, he was talking about, you know, different roles he's had and how it was to shoot that, and you know, he actually does go to tournaments and golf and stuff and blah blah, and he's a big huge play fan, and he's been in a lot of plays, and he actually, for us autograph and playbill guys, he was in the play Lucky Guy with Tom Hanks, and he talked a lot about, you know, working with him and being on stage with Tom Hanks and stuff was pretty cool. So that one was really, really enjoyable. The next Q&A I hit, which was Friday the 13th, there was a lot of stuff talked about in this that I was interested, man. There's, you know, a Friday the 13th TV show that's in the works, which was pretty cool. They talked about the next movie and how they were planning that. Evidently, they were thinking about going with one of these lost footage movies, you know, like, and I was like, oh God. So it sounds like they're scratching that idea, which I think is great. Like, those movies, some of them work, but don't take, you know, a series like Halloween or Nightmare on Elm Street. Don't take them there, man. That's when you're going down the wrong road with those. Then they had all of them in there except Kane Hodder. He wasn't in there, and then he came in a little bit later, and it was like, man, like the place lit up, and like him and Ari Lemur, who played the first Jason in the first one. He's the little boy that comes out of the water and rips the girl off the boat. That's him. Well, like, he was like, you know, they're talking, and he was like, you know, the first Jason and the worst Jason. And he looked at Kane, and then Kane was like, man, I'll fucking choke you with your own mustache, because he's got like one of them like Captain Hook type, you know, Captain Morgan. And the dude even said, Captain Morgan's here. Kane called him Captain Morgan. It was like this epic battle back and forth. Kane Hodder, man, dude's amazing, man. That's probably one of my favorite celebrities. Like, he's always worth the meet, always making jokes, just amazing dude. Then there was a Kane moment, what I call a Kane moment in there towards the end of the Q&A. He's like, you know, I've never officially done this, and I thought it was going the wrong way, because he's got a lot of harsh feelings about, you know, them not stopping him from playing Jason and just went another road. He was always willing to keep going, but he thanked Sean Cunningham for, you know, first of all, letting him be a stunt coordinator on the movies, making him Jason, keeping him Jason for as long as he did. So it was a really, really awesome moment to see. Then the last one, which was the Saw Q&A, that was awesome. A lot of stuff was talked about in there as well, you know, like behind the camera type stuff, and people were asked the question like, what trap would you want to be in if you got put in one and stuff. And Costas Mandalore, the funny guy he is, said he would be trapped in a room with women that are eating his organ, and he purposely said organ without the S, meaning, you know, because he's a guy, we have an organ that girls don't. And that's the organ he was talking about. It was pretty freaking funny. And then there was a pretty interesting thing between Dina Meyer and Betsy Russell, where they actually didn't like each other, because Dina was just coming on, and she didn't think she was going to be a main character, and Betsy was, you know, oh my God, she's so gorgeous, she's going to be a main character. So there was really no communication there in the makeup room, and Betsy kind of took it like, oh, I don't know, she's one of them stuck-up bitches, and they didn't never really talk or hang out and stuff like that, so they kind of didn't like each other because of that, and it was a misconception. And they're like, oh, now we're friends, and we're hugged. And Dina Meyer was doing like crazy shit the whole time, and Tobin was really awesome to talk to. He told some pretty interesting stories himself. So Q&As are so much fun, man. I really enjoy those. And the last thing that happened Saturday was the costume contest. I did not partake in it. I only wore my pinhead costume a little bit on Saturday. But there's some really awesome costumes. They break it up: kids, then scariest, then most original, and then sexiest. That's the categories. Let the kids go first. There was a really awesome Jason costume that a kid was wearing. It was like like on par, like it was full head to toe Jason. It wasn't just like a kid in a mask. But adult costumes were killers, man. The chick, I can't remember the names. The chick from Ghostbusters, white, this weird hair. That was amazing. There was the green gremlin. I can't remember her name either. There was a woman dressed as that. Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw 2. That was awesome. The Insidious black dress. Awesome. Zombies. Miss Captain Spaulding from Devil's Rejects and stuff. That was awesome. But the sexiest category, man, is like, it's getting a little sketchy, man, because the women are like, basically like, there's some strip club stuff happening up there, and you know, there's kids in the crowd and family and stuff, and it's like, it's getting pretty bad. And then, like, you know, the judges are making comments like, oh, we're taking hotel room keys for, you know, for votes and stuff like that. And it's like, really, dude? You just say that? And like chicks are taking and bouncing their titties around and shit, and they're like, oh yeah, more of that. And like, these are the judges. So when it comes to the end of the sexiest, you think it's over, and then music starts playing, and this dude walks up. And anybody who was at the last one knew it's Wild Bill, man. Silence of the Lambs. And if you remember that movie, like, dude, he's walking up in a trench coat, and all no, he's not gonna do what I think he's gonna do, like straight out the movie type stuff. So he's all like doing his little dance and his little shake dance, and he's unbuttoning the trench coat, and you're like, nah, man, nah, he's not gonna do it. He's not gonna do it. And then he rips that thing open, and he is ass naked with his package tucked backwards. He's got his little landing strip going, and it was like, holy shit, he did it, man. Right up on the stage, dancing and everything. Oh, man, it was crazy. The judges did not like that. Judge's wife, kids, everyone seemed a little pissed off that a dude showed, you know, he didn't show his package because it was tucked, but he showed some pubes, and oh, God, let's lose it. But the females that were doing strip type stuff on the stage, all the judges and stuff seemed to like that one, so it was a little weird. So I think the sexiest category maybe might need to go away, or kids need to be out of there before that happens, because like, this is what you're asking for by having this category. Like, you blame yourself. So costume contest was awesome costumes, fun times, and drama. Love drama. Last thing to talk about is Sunday, the Yorkie auction, man. I always try to go to this, and I always usually do, but I never really have any money. I usually got $30 in my pocket, and I might try to win something, or I have won something before. This one I held on to a couple hundred, so it was pretty interesting to be in there. Adam Green came in, and Adam Green did a thing where you could win a date with him, one-on-one date, and somebody ended up bidding that all the way up to $600. And then Adam matched that, so it was $1,200 just in this date that was raised for the Yorkie auction. Then he decides that he's going to auction off in the auction live a hatchet that was the actual prop that Kane Hodder used in Hatchet 2. And to watch that thing go, man, it was so, man. Like, I literally, Adam Green, I think, teared up, man. It was just a sight to see, man. This thing, like, started out, I think they started at like $50, $100 or something, and then when like it hit 500, 600, and it was going crazy, and all the Save the Yorkie people are clapping, and like everyone, you know, it's just a magical. And then like when it hit 1,000, it was like, man, everybody was like, just, oh my God, it was a milestone. It ended up selling for $1,200, man. It was really awesome to see that Adam generated that much money for this rookie. And then just the normal stuff that they were auctioning off, you know, like, yeah, this is definitely the best one I've seen, man. Stuff was going 50, 100, 200, 50, 100, 200. There wasn't no like $10 and you can't find a bidder. Like, everything was flying out of there, man. It was really awesome. And I won a few things. So the other thing I didn't talk about was I bought a Hellraiser cube for my costume, but that was a purchase. So the first thing I won was this lot of DVDs. You know, they're like some low budget horror stuff. I'll check them out. This was in a lot with a pair of Crazy contacts, and my son wanted those, so I was like, what the hell, I'm gonna get them. And he's learning, he's playing around with them. He put them in there, and then took them out when we got him home. So I can't show you those, but I'll show you a picture of him wearing them that he took. So he wanted to be in my video, so this way he is. So here's a picture of my son wearing the contacts. Okay, enough of that. And the next thing up that I bought was another little lot, which I only really wanted one thing, but I don't know if you can see them. They're in his bags, but there's like these little tiny chains. I don't know, they put them in these weird bags, but you see it, that's a skull. And then another one, if I can get the chain out of the way, is like the original old like Hammer House Frankenstein. They're like just little tiny necklaces, chains, whatever. But that's not what I wanted. And then there was this big, huge poster. It says, what does it say? I have something beautiful I want you to see. It's this guy, like getting all torn apart and stuff with hands. The movie is called Pieces of Talent. But the cool thing about this poster, if I can get to it and show it, it's autographed. Christy Ray, which is her name's in the credits, so she's got to be like a main character. And then somewhere over here, right there, I believe is the director. I haven't verified it, but he's the only Joe I could find down here. So cool dual signed poster, but again, that's not what I wanted. And then there's this record, and like I don't care about the record, but the artwork on the back is Hellraiser. So this lady does these artwork and stuff on records, and I just really like that. So that was awesome. And then the last thing that I won, which was this lot, and the story is going to go that it had this Godzilla kind of rare foreign poster signed by the artist, and a Freddy Krueger artwork print. That was just kind of bonuses, but it came with a young Betsy Russell autographed 8x10. This was autographed and donated by her right there at the con. Betsy Russell from Saw, just really young here. So this right here at the at her table would have cost you $40. So I got that, and those other two posters that I showed you. Then this really cool poster of Gizmo from Gremlins wearing a Jason's mask. Now, as the people from the Yorkie auction are walking this thing around showing it, somebody wants to see it and catches it. And this is what he catches. That this has been signed by Sean Cunningham. And he goes, "Hey, Rob." Rob Dimensions, the guy running, or hosting and doing the auctioneering. This is signed by Sean Cunningham. So I was winning this lot right here about $30 at the time. And I was like, it was it. I was the only person up, and it was going once, and that's when somebody caught it. So then the guy who got out at 25, and I'm winning at 30, got back in, and we went to 55 before I won it again. So this, again, at his table would have cost you, I think, $30. So just in the two autographs, not even counting the poster or whatever, would have been $65. So I won the whole lot with the extra two prints for $55. So awesome deal. And that's it, man. That's Monster-Mania 30 in a nutshell. My experience. If you were there, you know what the hell I'm talking about. If you weren't there, you should have been there. So get to some conventions, guys, and I'll see you Monster-Mania 31 in July, late July, beginning of August, I believe.